gotta go flying.
I'll send you flying.
Okay, here's a look at NewAge H55 Hughes. He's a warrior class maybe, which is their version of a legend scaled mini masterpiece Powerglide. So first things first, let's take a close-up look at the package. So here's a look at the front of the box with the really nice artwork of Powerglide. Back of the box, you get what looks like a scene from the cartoon. Side of the box, product image of both modes. Other side, same thing. Top of the box, you get this nice design of the transformation sequence, both on the top and bottom. So really nice. That's a quick look at the box. And now, here's a look at the figure and the accessories that it comes with. So he does come with the standard Autobot handgun, and he does come with that alien face mask, which is funny but kind of cool, especially how it's very cartoon accurate. So I think that's cool. I'll show that off in just a bit here. But you also get this nice display stand, which is the same that came with the Shockwave. This one's transparent, and this is actually cool because the friction here holds up pretty tight, so I like that. And let me just back up here so I can show you. If you want, you can actually attach it both in robot and alt mode, because if you see that peg on his butt, you can actually attach it here, and you can have Powerglide posed in some sort of flying position in robot mode if you want to do that. So that's kind of cool. But I think it's actually better for the alt mode, which I'll show that again later. But let's come up close here to the figure, because this is really a nice looking figure, but I do have just my little issues with it here and there. So first thing, let's just compare this with the animation model so we can see how well they captured the cartoon aesthetics. And you could see, for the most part, I think they did a really nice job. They even got like the little details, like the circle on his bicep, the little detail on his crotch there, missing the little stripes on the thighs, but you know, this is a Legends figure, and so everything else, it's a little bit harder because the transformation design. But all in all, this is really cool. Even the back view, I think they did a really nice job on the back as well. Very plain and simple. Some people, you know, complain about all these screws and stuff on the back, but me personally, I don't really pose my figures from the back view like this, so it doesn't bother me. So now let's just zoom in here for the articulation. So let's come up here at the head so you could see the head. And first thing, I think you have to open up these wings so you can get in here and swivel the head left and right. That's the only articulation with the head, no up and down, unless you manipulate it like that, but still cool nonetheless. Shoulders, they can go out to the side and swivel forward and back. You do get a bicep swivel. Elbows can bend up past 90 degrees, and you do get a wrist rotation. So that's cool. Then here the waist does rotate, and you do get an ab crunch going front and back, so that's really nice. And the legs, they can go forward and back and out to the side, and there is a leg rotation. Knee can bend, and the foot does have a ankle rocker and the toe tilt going up and down. So good articulation on this figure. Really nice. And typical New Age, you know, the plastic quality, the paint finish, just gives it this nice premium look to it. So really nice. And let's see, let me just show you the features here. You do get the handgun, which you just simply plug in. So that's kind of cool, if that's your thing. And the face mask, to do that, you lift up this head, rotate it around. So you got that hollow cavity where you can put in the face mask. And now you got that scene from the cartoon, so that's kind of cool. It's a fun little gimmick accessory. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's take all this off and let's put his face back on, and let's just do a few comparisons so you could see how he scales with his other minions from the same company. So here, let's bring out the Cosmos, which I think you could still get. I think you can get this because they did a reissue, so that looks really nice. And their Beachcomber, which, yeah, I think this is done much better than Magic Square. But Magic Square's Beachcomber was one of their earlier designs. So here, let's do it this way so you could see how he looks with the other Season 2 mini bots. And that looks really cool. I really like this. Really looking forward to Warpath and Sea Spray. So that's a comparison with the other figures. And I think what's also cool is come over here. So here's their cone heads. So from that episode, you could see how he scales here, getting Powerglide. So just showing you what that looks like. That's really cool. Downside is you don't get they didn't give you a little mini Astoria figure. But what I did was brought out my DX9 version and got their Astoria. So let's just take a close-up look at these two first, because I think this looks really cool. Yeah, it would have been nice if they gave you that little figurine. And speaking of that, you can open this up so you get that heart shape, which is kind of cool. I think it would have been nice if they would have outlined it with white dots or something. That would have been nice. But yeah, this is really a cool figure. So I don't know if I mentioned it already, but my nitpicks, but yeah, the dark gray color because of the face mask. That's the one thing that bugs me. And the crotch here, I was worried that it was going to be black, but thankfully it's painted blue to be cartoon accurate. It's just a little bit too dark in my opinion. But yeah, like I was saying, the gray, because the gray is a little bit dark in my opinion, causes a bigger contrast with that face mask and the faceplate. So that's the reason why I kind of have issues with the gray being just maybe a smidge too dark. But other than that, look at this, looks really cool. And this doesn't really bug me, but I just thought I'd show it. I mean, if you remove the plane there, the wing, the foot does look a little bit better. But it's totally understandable. I mean, it's part of the transformation for such a really small figure. Oh, the other issue I have, I don't like the red inside. That's just the, consequence of the way they designed the figure. And that, unfortunately, is the same with DX9. So here he is next to the DX9, and the DX9, the same thing. You got a red inner thigh. So yeah, those little things kind of like a pet peeve for me. But yeah, since it's here, you could see the comparison here between the two. This is actually masterpiece scale, or I don't know, deluxe size for mini bot, whatever. So yeah, some things are different, like the feet, but it's still nice. And since I have it here, here's X Transbot's earlier figure of Powerglide. So you could see how this looks. I actually think this is cool. It's not perfect with the articulation and stuff, but I mean, when you look at it, he doesn't have the red inner thighs, and he does look cool. And so as of right now, he's going in with my War for Cybertron Autobot collection. But that's just a look at some comparison with the others. And I really like this. This really looks nice, in my opinion. So that's a look at the NewAge Powerglide in robot mode. So now let's transform them into alt mode and take a look at that. Okay, here's a look at Powerglide in his alt mode. And as you can see, I have him attached to the display stand, because this actually doesn't sit very well on the ground by itself. Doesn't have any landing wheels or anything. So like I said, I think that's why you need this display stand if you want to have them in alt mode. And that's fine, because it actually looks kind of cool like that. It's kind of hard to see far away, but it's really cool. So that was just a quick look all around. So let's take a closer look at the details so you can appreciate. They did give you the transparent windows in the front, and I want to point out the way they designed it, they made it so it's just like a silver pin in there, and it's showing all that silver. So what I did was I just took a red Sharpie and colored it in, and so I can add the Autobot symbol there. So now this looks really nice in my opinion. So yeah, this looks really nice. All the details here, the vent here, they did a really nice job. Typical NewAge, yeah. The plastic quality, the paint finish, and so yeah, that's why I said mini masterpiece. This is really a nice figure. So that's a look at the alt mode, and so now let's actually compare this with the animation model so you could see how well they captured the cartoon aesthetics. I think they did a nice job overall. Even the back view I think looks really nice also. So yeah, really nice figure overall. So now let's just go ahead and transform back to robot mode and just have our final thoughts. Okay, my final thoughts on this figure. This is a really nice figure. I mean, all you have to do is just look at this figure and you could see they did a really nice job in capturing the cartoon aesthetics, and also because this is NewAge, you get all that nice plastic quality, the paint finish, which gives it this really nice premium look to it. And the only downsides for me that I pointed out was I think the gray is a little bit too dark because of the contrast it gives on the face there. And you know, it doesn't bother me, but like the feet, you know, maybe it's a little bit too big, but you know, that's part of the transformation. It doesn't bother me at all. But what does bother me is the inner thigh being red, but that's just the unfortunate consequence of the way they designed the transformation. But aside from that, this is really a nice figure. I mean, the articulation as well, even little nice touches there, such as the heart, really cool, and the accessories, which is fun to play with, the face mask and the gun, and the display stand. The only downside is they did not give you this little minifigure of Historia, which I think would have gave this a perfect 10 out of 10. But unfortunately, they didn't give you that. And unless you have the DX9 version, unfortunately, you don't have this nice Historia figure. But aside from all that, like I said, this is really an awesome figure. I'm loving this figure. And goes great with my NewAge Autobot collection. And so I'm going to give this figure a rating of a 9.2 out of 10. So that's my final thoughts, and I highly recommend getting this figure if you're collecting the Legends scale figures or the mini masterpiece, because this is really a great figure. A highly recommend figure.